A wave of African Americans are choosing to move to the African continent.
No, we moved here. We had about 6,000 US dollars
in hand.
In hand.
And bank account?
Nothing.
But when you want to be free, it doesn't matter what it is you have to do to get to that freedom. And that's what we chose here. We'd rather be here with nothing than to go to America with something. We've been lied to all my life. It's not what they say it is at 3 o'clock in the morning. It's something different. You get to actually think here. You know, in America, you don't have enough time to think. Your brain is just speeding real fast. I gotta do this, I gotta do that. I gotta pay this, I gotta pay that. It's about time you do all of this. You want to go to sleep, you got to get back up and do it again. Same, just going over and over and over. Yes.
The rat race, like
it's scary, and before you know, you're either sick or dead.
From Los Angeles to Lagos, from Atlanta to Accra, Black Americans are packing their bags and heading home. But why now? What is behind this powerful wave of return to Africa? Watch and pay attention, and I will share my thoughts later.
Live from Kenya with Khalees on her 150 acres, soon to be 300 acres of land.
Kenya's everything. Kenya has everything. It is the hub of East Africa for technology and finance and obviously agriculture. This is all privately owned land here. All the animals are free and they're running wild, and we're farming, and it's dope building a little community out here.
What made you want to leave Hollywood and go to Nairobi?
I've got 3 kids, I've got a farm, I have a business. At first I was just like, I could never just pick it. We packed for a month, and the next thing you know, it was like 6 months later.
One of your children is getting homeschooled by artificial intelligence.
It adjusts to according to like what he's learning and what stage he's at. So it's never just like brushing past something and be like, okay, we got to get to the next stage. It's not rushing him into anything.
Do you feel the magnitude or the importance of what you're now doing in Kenya in terms of business and farming?
When people were like migrating from the East Coast to the West Coast for the gold rush and for mining and stuff, right? That's what Kenya is like right now. If we put our money in nations like this, it's unstoppable. I'm going to put my hard-earned money somewhere. I want to put it someplace where I can actually see it grow and I can actually see a benefit. And then we've got wildlife, so just working with all of the natural resources. We've got giraffes and zebras and elands and impalas and all kinds of stuff. Sometimes you'll get blessed with an elephant walking through. It's incredible. It's literally like God's country.
Sense of belonging. It is amazing being in a place where everybody looks like you. You're never the only Black person. And it is just a beautiful and encouraging experience. 2, safety. Many of the countries in Africa, I'm in Tanzania, are significantly safer than the United States when you check the rankings. And you never have to worry about any sort of racist anti-Black violence against you. 3, challenging white supremacy. It is a game changer when you can show that it is possible to thrive in the world outside of westernized systems. 4, learning from African perspectives and experiences. So much of what we see, even those of us who call ourselves very pro-Black, are still very westernized when we're from the Western world. When you move to Africa, you get to actually learn the indigenous ways of being from the continent. And 5, learning to love yourself as a Black person in deeper and more powerful ways. So much of what we get, again, living in the West, we're brainwashed to believe that Blackness is less than and that we have to fight to show and prove our value and worth. When you are in Africa, it is just evidence, and it is just a normal part of living life. Amazing and peaceful to the spirit. Look, I acknowledge that it is not easy for everybody, and the finances and all the details, logistics. Look, I know, I get it. But for those of you who are able to dream, to be able to build the game plan, figure out new ways of being, I encourage you, put it on your list to at least visit.
We begin this hour with the story of an African country opening its arms to Black Americans. There are 5,000 Black Americans who've already gone back to Ghana because they don't feel comfortable here.
I feel much more connected.
That the nation has the hospitality is second to none.
Sanchez weeps. This is her homecoming.
When you see them people, they look just like your family.
I was like, whoa, this is nothing like they told us.
It was amazing to be welcomed. I mean, it blows me away.
In the last few years, thousands of Black Americans have returned from America to live in Africa.
I was living what people would consider the American dream. I was educated, professional, had friends. I was a socialite, but I never felt safe.
she was constantly looking over her shoulder.
My immediate thought all the time was, oh my gosh, what if a police officer pulls me over? Am I going to be physically safe? Am I going to come out of it alive?
A retired American teacher who had lived in Memphis all her life never thought she would leave. But in the summer of 2017, she experienced what she calls a wake-up call.
I was 57 at the time, and I was stopped by the police, 6 cars. They said my car was stolen, and they put me in cuffs. And I was like, this is saying that it's time for me to go.
2 months later, she decided to leave the U.S. for good.
And that's how it was with me. I called home while I was here the first week. I said, I'm not coming home.
How did they respond?
They said, be careful. And I'm like, no, it's more dangerous in the U.S. than it is here. I mean, it's peaceful. The people are inviting. They're welcoming.
Racism is there, staring you in the face, and I am not sure if there's any way around it or out of it or anything that will fix it. And this is the reason why we left.
The dream of returning to Africa did not start in 2025. For centuries, Black Americans have felt the pull of the Motherland, from Marcus Garvey's Back to Africa movement to the Pan-African vision of Malcolm X. But today, that dream is real. Families are relocating, businesses are opening, entire communities are being born in Africa, built by African Americans looking for peace, purpose, and power. Let's be honest, America has not always been kind to Black people. Racial profiling, police violence, economic inequality, and constant microaggressions have pushed many to ask, is this really home? Add to that soaring rent, unaffordable healthcare, and a system that profits from Black pain, and suddenly, Africa does not seem so far-fetched. Africa offers something America never could, a chance to live without being Black first. Yeah, you are not a minority, you are not a threat, you are home. And it is not just about culture, it is about opportunity. Africa is rising with growing economies, booming real estate, and a tech revolution underway. Black Americans are realizing we can build here. It is not just rich folks or celebrities. Teachers, nurses, creatives, and digital nomads are making the leap. Some are moving for business, some for retirement, others just want their kids to grow up free. But let's keep it real. Moving to Africa ain't all sunshines and safaris. Bureaucracies can be cultural differences can be frustrating, and not every welcome is warm. Still, for many, the trade-off is worth it. Freedom, familiarity. We are witnessing a new chapter in Black history, a chapter where the children of the diaspora return. Not as beggars, but as builders. Not as stories, but as torchbearers of global Black unity. Whether you move or not, the shift is happening. Black Americans are reclaiming identity, land, and legacy, one flight at a time. And Africa, she is not just waiting, she is welcoming. Thank you for watching, guys. Don't forget to like this video and share your thoughts in the comment box below. Until next time, cheers and have a good one.